The psychology of getting rich starts with an uncomfortable question. Why do you work hard and still feel broke and stressed? Every month it repeats. You open your bank app with tension. You spend to feel relief. Then guilt hits and nothing changes. This isn't about income. It's about how your brain reacts to money when no one is watching. Nobody taught you financial psychology. They taught rules, not reactions. That's why even smart people stay anxious about money for years. Here's the dangerous truth. If this pattern doesn't change, more money will only increase the stress, not the freedom. Stay with me. The first mistake I'll show you is the exact reason people earn more and still feel trapped, and once you see it, you won't unsee it. The wealthy don't win by luck. They win because they understand financial psychology at a deep level, especially how emotions quietly drive money habits. A smart mentor would tell you that personal finance is rarely about math and almost always about behavior. That's why real finance tips start with awareness, not hustle. Once someone sees their own patterns clearly, how to make money stops feeling random and starts feeling intentional. Think about how characters like Ray Dalio are portrayed in documentaries, or how calm, strategic leaders act in shows like Billions. They don't panic, they pause. That pause is the secret weapon. It's the moment where financial education beats impulse, where logic steps in before emotion wrecks a decision. People who master money psychology train themselves to respond, not react, even when the numbers look scary. A practical step here is brutally simple. Track emotional triggers around spending for 14 days. Every time money moves, note the feeling behind it. Stress, boredom, excitement, FOMO. This one habit alone rewires money habits because it exposes patterns most people never confront. Studies in behavioral finance show awareness alone can reduce impulsive spending by over 20%. This is where money mindset really starts to shift. Instead of blaming the economy or luck, the focus turns inward. That's empowering, not limiting. When someone realizes they control their responses, they regain control of their financial future. And once that clicks, a deeper question naturally shows up. Who am I being with money right now? They start by noticing that a lifetime of small signals, parents' language about money, early scarcity experiences, the jokes about being broke, actually built a broke script that runs on autopilot. Financial psychology shows identity drives habits, and once that script is noticed, it can be edited. This isn't just motivational fluff. Changing how someone talks to themselves about money reshapes the decisions they make every day. Sprinkle in simple finance tips and that identity shift becomes the engine behind how to make money for real. Next, the practical work. Craft a new money identity statement and prove it. For 2 weeks they write one-line evidence every day that supports their new self-image. Small wins like I saved $50 today, or I automated a $25 transfer. Think of the pursuit of happiness. It's not magic, it's consistent evidence building under pressure. Combine that with basic financial education, read The Psychology of Money and Atomic Habits, and pair reading with one concrete action per chapter. Then they change the language and environment that feed old habits. Swap "I can't afford that" for "I choose not to buy that right now," and stack a tiny habit, like auto-saving $20 each paycheck, so the new identity gets daily proof. For investing, start simple. Broad market funds like an S&P 500 index or a total market ETF, e.g., VTI, and set monthly buys. Those are low-friction moves that lock in personal finance momentum without drama, and they're exactly the kinds of finance tips that scale. Let's make it concrete. If someone automates $200 a month into the market and stays consistent, the math works in their favor over time. At a historical-ish return of 7% annually, $200 per month for 30 years grows to roughly $244,000. That's real money built by tiny, repeatable habits. That's the power of compounding plus habit design. Personal finance stops being a guessing game and becomes a predictable outcome of behavior and smart financial education. Finally, they anchor identity with a simple 4-step ritual. Write the new identity, pick one money habit to automate, track progress weekly, and celebrate evidence. Do that for 90 days and the inner story shifts, old ceilings crack. This is your runway to higher earning because beliefs and behavior are aligned. And next up, they'll confront the single biggest internal limiter: how to actually break the internal income ceiling and start earning what's truly possible. At some point, they realize income isn't capped by talent alone, it's capped by self-image. Financial psychology explains this as the internal thermostat effect. People unconsciously return to what feels familiar. That's why many stay stuck at the same income level for years despite learning new finance tips or chasing how to make money strategies. Until the self-image expands, money habits quietly sabotage growth. A good way to picture this is limitless. Once Eddie's perception of what's possible expands, his actions change fast. Real life isn't a pill, but it is exposure. The practical move is proximity, listening to investor interviews, following founders' routines, studying people who earn 5-10x more. Pair that with financial education like I will teach you to be rich and rich dad poor dad, then apply one income expanding action per week. Now comes a concrete upgrade exercise. Write down the highest income that feels normal, then double it on paper. The discomfort is the ceiling. From there, reverse engineer skills that justify that number: sales, digital marketing, investing literacy, or scalable side hustles. For example, learning high-income skills like copywriting or paid ads can realistically add $1,000 to $3,000 per month within a year if practiced daily. This turns mindset into math. They also audit who they're taking money advice from. Advice from someone living paycheck to paycheck creates invisible limits. Smart personal finance growth means choosing mentors, books, podcasts, or online creators who've already broken past that level. Studies in behavioral economics show income expectations strongly correlate with peer groups, not intelligence. Environment rewires belief faster than affirmations ever could. Once the ceiling cracks, behavior changes automatically. They stop playing small, stop undercharging, and stop hesitating on opportunities that align with their skills. That's when income finally matches effort. But earning more is only half the equation. The next step is locking wealth in through automatic behavior, so progress doesn't depend on willpower anymore. You quickly realize that willpower is overrated when it comes to personal finance. The people who win long-term don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. Financial psychology proves that automation beats emotion every time. When money habits are automatic, finance tips actually stick, and how to make money becomes less about effort and more about structure. Think of shows like Suits. Harvey doesn't debate every move, he runs on systems and standards. Wealth works the same way. You set rules once, and they execute daily. The first rule is paying yourself first. The moment income hits, a fixed percentage moves automatically into savings or investments, before lifestyle inflation gets a chance to breathe. A powerful setup looks like this: 10 to 20% of income auto-invested monthly into low-cost index funds, another slice into a high-yield savings account, and spending tracked weekly. Tools like automatic transfers and budgeting apps remove decision fatigue. Studies show people who automate saving invest up to 3x more over time than those who rely on manual choices. They also track spending without judgment. Not to punish, but to create clarity. Think of Money Heist: every move is planned before action starts. That same calm, strategic energy applies here. When spending is visible, adjustments happen naturally, and financial education turns into daily practice instead of theory. Once behavior runs on autopilot, stress drops and confidence rises. You stop asking, "Will I mess this up?" and start asking, "What's the next upgrade?" And that shift makes one thing obvious: even with systems, emotional spending can still leak money. That's exactly what gets addressed in the next step. You don't stop emotional spending by feeling guilty, you stop it by getting strategic. Financial psychology shows that most purchases aren't logical, they're emotional responses dressed up as rewards. Once you see that, finance tips stop sounding restrictive and start sounding freeing. Strategic spending isn't about being cheap, it's about making money habits work in your favor. Think about the Wolf of Wall Street, but strip away the chaos and keep the lesson. Impulse feels powerful in the moment, but it always sends the bill later. Strategic spenders flip the script by using a simple filter: does this purchase increase income, save time, or improve long-term well-being? If it doesn't hit at least one, they pause. A practical move is creating a cooling-off list. Every non-essential purchase goes on a 48-hour list. Most wants fade fast. What survives usually aligns with values or growth. Combine this with financial education by setting spending categories with intention, like learning, health, or tools that boost productivity. This turns spending into an investment decision. Numbers make this real. Cutting just $150 a month in emotional spending and investing it instead can grow into over $90,000 in 30 years at average market returns. That's not sacrifice, that's strategy. Personal finance becomes a tool for freedom instead of a source of stress, and the money mindset shifts from reaction to control. Once spending becomes strategic, fear around money decisions fades. You trust your process. And when trust replaces fear, mistakes stop feeling fatal. That's the door to the next step, where losses stop being scary and start becoming powerful financial training. You don't build wealth by avoiding mistakes, you build it by learning faster than everyone else. Financial psychology shows that fear of loss often does more damage than the loss itself. When people frame mistakes as failure, they freeze. When they frame them as data, money habits evolve. That shift alone changes how personal finance decisions are made. Think about Rocky. Every loss, every hit, becomes training. Money works the same way. A bad investment, an overpriced purchase, or a missed opportunity isn't the end. It's feedback. The smartest finance tips come from reviewing what went wrong without shame, just curiosity and structure. A simple system: after any financial loss, write 3 things. What decision led here? What assumption was wrong? What rule changes next time? This is financial education in real time. Investors who journal decisions consistently outperform those who don't, not because they're smarter, but because patterns become visible and repeat errors disappear. Put numbers on it. Someone who loses $1,000 once but learns to avoid a 10% annual mistake on a $100,000 portfolio just saved themselves $10,000 a year. That's return on learning. This rewires the money mindset from fragile to resilient, where confidence comes from adaptability, not perfection. Once losses stop being emotional landmines, clarity increases. You trust yourself under pressure. And with that clarity, something deeper becomes possible, aligning money with intention instead of fear. That's where gratitude and purpose quietly multiply results, and the next step makes that connection clear. You don't hear this often in personal finance, but gratitude is a serious financial tool. Financial psychology shows that people who operate from scarcity make rushed, defensive decisions, while those grounded in gratitude think long-term. This isn't spiritual fluff, it's strategy. When money habits are built on intention instead of fear, finance tips land deeper and how to make money becomes clearer. Think about characters in movies like The Shawshank Redemption. Even in limitation, the ones who stayed grounded and intentional didn't lose direction. Gratitude doesn't mean settling, it means stabilizing your mind so growth becomes sustainable. That's why pairing gratitude with financial education works so well. One calms emotion, the other directs action. A practical habit is simple and powerful. Every night, write 2 things: what you're grateful for financially, and what you're intentionally building. This trains your focus. Proverbs 18 verse 21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death," and financial psychology backs this up. Language shapes perception, perception shapes decisions, and decisions shape money outcomes. Numbers back this too. Studies show people who practice gratitude consistently experience lower stress and higher self-control, 2 key drivers of better personal finance decisions. Lower stress means fewer emotional purchases. Higher self-control means better long-term investing behavior. That's how a calm mind quietly compounds wealth. Once gratitude anchors the mind and intention directs behavior, money stops feeling chaotic. You feel grounded, clear, and in control. And now that the mindset, identity, systems, and habits are aligned, it's time to zoom out and see the full picture of what this journey is really about. Remember how overwhelming it felt to think about money before? The stress, the second guessing, the feeling that no matter how hard you tried, something always pulled you back. Now you see the pattern clearly. You understand how financial psychology shapes your decisions, how money habits compound quietly, and how personal finance becomes easier when your behavior is aligned with intention. You're no longer guessing, you're operating with clarity. At this point, the real question is simple: where are you going to apply first? Will you lock in automation, upgrade your spending filters, or rewrite the identity that's been limiting your income? Small actions now create massive leverage later. If this shift already changed how you think, imagine what consistent financial education can do over the next year. And if you want to keep learning, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss finance tips that can genuinely transform your relationship with money. Now, if you're ready to go deeper and actually implement this in a structured way, there's something built exactly for this phase. Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life shows you step by step how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt with clarity, build powerful money habits, and maintain mental focus even under financial pressure. This isn't theory, it's a practical system designed to align your mindset, daily actions, and long-term wealth. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment and give yourself the structure most people never get. The knowledge you have now is powerful, but what changes lives is applying it consistently.